Sups, next, this is Reinstall Eating Cake, and I'm here with, just as I said in my 2-year celebration video, that I was going to make a tier list about this. There's only really one boss missing from this list, and it's the first time you meet Bai Crew. So we're gonna rank the Wuchang Fallen Feathers bosses, starting with Aineng. So I will probably butcher. I will butcher some name. I will butcher some names here. Don't really care. This guy, but this was the like rebel leader in the snow place. Let's see, what do I think about this guy? He wasn't super difficult, although I did also have a summon with me. Our boy Nian. It was quite annoying, to be honest. Not particularly cool, not particularly interesting either. Honestly, this wasn't a very good boss. The run back to him, well, was non-consequential at least. To get that, it's not quite F. I would probably put him in D. It wasn't horrible, but he's far from great. However, now we have Bai Crew. Now, this one is an instant S for me. I really, really liked this fight. I think the fight was fun. The lore around it is really cool. The boss run back isn't bad. It's a little... It's short, but not super short. But there are no enemies, so that doesn't really matter. The music was amazing. I really, really like this fight. And it is definitely in my, like, top 2... like top 3 of the game. Next is a Bow Magus, which is honestly another one of the bosses that I kind of enjoyed. I'm gonna put her in A, I believe. I think that's a really good boss. It's one of the like mage boss fights in Souls games that I didn't like quite hate. It's actually really well done. The summons that she does are temporary and quite easy to avoid. There are 2 kind of bosses that I compare her to when she's that stupid elf necromancer in Berserker Kazan. I compare her to because she used a lot of magic and summons. And is it the Squalid Queen? Her name is? I don't remember. It was such a long time ago I played Dark Souls 2. But at the end of the one DLC, which is another boss that I don't really like because she just kind of summons stuff and does magic and is quite boring. She's not... The first Berserker Kazan boss is more annoying, while the one from Dark Souls 2 is mostly boring. Next up, Bow Sorcerer. Bow Sorcerer didn't take a lot of tries either, wasn't... Omegas was a bit easy, like, but honestly, I think with such a fight, it needs to be easy. Now they have the Bow Sorcerer instead, which... where do I put the Bow Sorcerer? In B. She's almost A as well. But I think Bow Sorcerer was just a bit too aggressive. When I had the summon with me, it became quite easy because she focused on him a lot. But it was extremely hard to do really anything when I was fighting her alone the first time, because I didn't have the Bone Whistle equipped. It was hard to do anything because like I got hit and I had to heal, and she would... A lot of the time she would hit me while I was healing because she's just so fast and so aggressive. But I did really like the boss fight itself, even despite that, which is why I'm putting it at a B. Commander Honglen. Also, the Bow Sorcerer run back wasn't bad at all either. Commander Honglen, which, while there's not really any enemies you have to fight on the run back, it was a bit on the too long side. Like it wasn't actually long. But the fact that you have to run and take a ladder down and go to there when you could have put the shrine closer because the shrine was nowhere near. Then the fact that it was a boss fight that was kind of built around parrying. But the game, at least for me, I don't know what... I don't know if that happened to anybody else, but the game didn't explain parrying at all to me. It only said like, oh, parrying is good. It would like come up sometimes with a message like saying, oh, parrying is good. You should try parrying stuff. Like, okay, but how do I do that? You never told me how. I never got a guide on that. And even when looking it up online, it took me such a long time to find any actual useful information about it. Once I learned parrying, she became extremely easy. Okay, well, not okay. That was an an exaggeration, definitely. She didn't become extremely easy, but she became, compared to how much I was struggling before, she became extremely easy. But she still was very difficult. I'll have to put her in C. I didn't like her very much. Mostly due to those two reasons. And a lot of her attacks didn't make any sense. She was super aggressive. And she had stupid... she would sometimes just chain combos over and over again. And I literally wasn't allowed to do anything. Not a great fight. I would probably still rather... Today, I would probably still rather fight her than him. Oh, the Demon of Obsession. Actually, the only boss I didn't fight. Because if you give him that stupid chisel, you don't get to fight her. You don't get to fight this boss. You also get the shit ending. Yes, I am still mad about that. I think that's shit design. There were not nearly enough things to warn you that he may be bad. It was like Yosai told you once, like, I don't think he can be trusted, while losing his mind. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna trust your intuition, dude. No. Stupid. Really fucking dumb, in my opinion. Now, Fang Ling. This is my second S-tier boss. Again, the music was amazing. Oh, no, actually... No, I won't put her in A, actually. I'll put her... or I won't put her in S. I'll put her in A. She's like... a really high A. There are a few things holding her back. First off, when entering her arena, it's really hard to do anything because she starts off with doing that ranged attack. Every time. I lost so much Red Mercury due to that. I hated it. And the way back is by taking an elevator, which I hated. The elevators in this game are annoying as hell. Don't know why they are all so extremely slow. But the rest of the boss fight itself was really... I really did enjoy. The first phase is quite fun. There are a few abilities you can parry. Some you definitely should not parry. And the second phase was just cool. And the music drop and everything. It was a pure epicness. It's a really, really high A for Fang Ling. Great Centipede. Wasn't a particularly difficult fight. I don't know. There wasn't really anything special about it. You know what? I'll actually move you down to E. Because I think Great Centipede is more closer to D. Like, there's nothing special about it. Like, it's a meh fight. There was nothing really there was nothing I hated about it, but there wasn't really anything I liked about it either. Actually, I'll do this. Commander Honglin is a really low B. Or maybe she's a high C. Yeah, actually, like that, boom. Now we have Honglin Vermilion Feathers. Ooh, I mean, I think it's a better fight, and you have learned her moveset, and she does repeat a lot of the moveset. It's like a slightly better Commander Honglin fight. And I feel like she wasn't as aggressive. Or no, she definitely was at times. I'll put her above Commander Honglin. I think it's a better fight than Commander Honglin. Actually, I'll put you there. Low B. Huang Yan, which was another mostly spellcaster-focused boss. Definitely not as good as Magus. And she had a lot more one-shot potential. I mostly focused on getting backstabs on her because it was the easiest way to get rid of her. Oh, don't think I liked her more than Bow Sorcerer. I'll put her there. The run back was quite annoying as well. The run back to Hongland wasn't. No, actually, I'll put you there. Now we have Liu Cheng'en. But yeah, another problem with Commander Hongland is the stupid lag that would happen after a few tries. Although a lot of bosses had that. By Crew didn't, Bo Magus didn't, not you. You did. I think you did too. You definitely did. You also. You did. But this fight I also really liked. It was super parry intensive. But he would jump away sometimes and reset his stupid poise meter. So it was quite annoying. Especially second phase. First phase was quite easy after a while. I don't know. I think I'll put you in A. Low A. Really, a really good fight. The run back was quite long as well. Now we have Liu Wengqiu, which is that guy, right? Yeah, it's that guy. He was a little bullshit. He had that one attack where he like knocked you down on the ground and then just ran over you and did damage even though you were on the ground and just killed you. He also had a few other annoying attacks. He was really fast. It wasn't super bad. Probably there. That's where I would put him. Ah, you. That gave me the spear spell, which is the only spell I really used throughout the entire game. I don't know. It only took me one try. He gave me corruption. I used a summon on him. I don't know. He's not amazing. More annoying than Great Centipede. I'll put him here. Actually, I'll move you down there. Oh! Beak Lady. Which was like the first difficult boss fight we fought. Which is that was a fight I really did enjoy actually. Because I actually had to try. And there were no summons. The run back isn't super bad. Yeah, the run back for him was super easy. Run back for you was a bit... Well, that wasn't super long. But the shortcut to him was useless as hell. I remember that one. The run back to you wasn't bad. I'll have to put you in... Ooh, I'll put you in B. Yeah, B, like here. Are you B or A? I think you're a high B. Yeah, I'll put you there. Quite an enjoyable fight it was, in my opinion. Man-eating Dutanga, which didn't think me... Did I defeat him on first try? I think I defeated him on first try. With like no HP left as well. Again, there's nothing really about him that I can... There's not a lot about him I can say. I'd rather fight him than you. But he's almost low C. He's like very high D as well. Nightmare Demon. It's basically just one of those demons though that spawned at random places. But she like changed between the weapons instead. It's quite boring. She's almost F. Because she's just like a normal enemy reskinned as a boss. No, she's really low E. She's on the border to F. The only reason she doesn't go into F is because F, in my opinion, is like bosses I never want to see again. And I wouldn't mind fighting it again. Soulwood, which is actually... It's a bit gimmicky, but I did quite enjoy it. It was our first kind of cool boss. I think it's better than Great Centipede. Is it better than Commander Hongland though? I don't think so. It's like right there in my opinion. Soulwood. The run back was actually quite far. The run back for Nightmare Demon would have been far. Now we have the Tang Palace Maid 1 and 2. Now this one, you go in F. And you are low E. The first Tang Palace Maid was so easy, it was like barely a boss fight. And the second one just spammed grabs. It was super aggressive. I didn't really particularly like any of them, but the Palace Maid 2 is definitely worse. Now we have Xuanyangji, if I believe his pronunciation is. I don't know. I don't which is the last boss, which the last boss was not great, not horrible. I don't know really what else to say. This is honestly one of the worst runbacks. Wanna know why? Because I had to watch the stupid door animation. Oh yeah, I almost had to do a run back to the Tang Palace Maid 2. That would have been a pretty long run back. No, that would actually have been an insane run back, now that I think of it. So glad I defeated that one. You wouldn't have been a long run back at all. Or at least not a very long one. You would have been. I didn't even think about those two. The Tonga run back wouldn't have been very far either. You're definitely better than you. I think that he's better than these two as well. I think he's better than Great Centipede. But honestly, would I fight Soulwood? Yeah, I would rather fight Soulwood again than him. He did a lot of bullshit. Plus, there was that one run where I literally wasn't allowed, or one or two where I wasn't allowed to do anything. We would just kind of jump away, do ranged attack, then jump back in to doing something else. Or then fly over me with his corruption electricity. He would just keep spamming attacks and I wasn't allowed to do anything. It wasn't fun. Also, he had that, in his second phase, he had that stupid thing where he would spawn balls and then do a combo at the same time, which was straight up unfair. Not a huge fan. I would probably rather fight him than Great Centipede. Or honestly, they're kind of the same. Now we have Zhang Jiang. I have no clue how to pronounce your name, dude. I'm gonna be honest. No clue whatsoever. But the tiger with the dude in him. That's, you know what I mean. Which I actually had 2 summons for, which did make him a much easier. Without that, he would probably have been a pain in the ass. Which he kind of was. I didn't really like this fight. So, plus getting to him was one of the most painful things I have ever done. That area sucked ass. The run back to him was non-existent. There was a shrine right outside his boss room. So at least he has that going for him. But I'm gonna have to put him in here. Next. Now this was a pretty good boss fight. He was a little bit he wasn't too aggressive. But it was also quite easy. It was really just wait for his combo, backstab. Wait for his combo, backstab. Over and over again. Which sucks because he's a pretty cool boss. But way too easy. Which makes me want to put him in B. Like right there. And then we have this guy, the Dragon Emperor or whatever. Which is the last fight I have to rate. Which was quite an easy. It was a very easy fight actually. Both the first and second phase wasn't super difficult. It wasn't very cool either. It was this is actually not a very good fight now that I think of it. Still would rather fight him over these. And I think that's it. If you disagree, I of course am. I do want to hear your opinions about what you think about both my tier list, maybe what you would do different, maybe what you consider. Okay, so from the little I just watched, it's basically a the Nightmare Demon, except beefier and using a bunch of spells. So if I had fought it, I'd probably rate it at around here, this area, in the lower parts of the list, probably not C. Probably around somewhere between D and F if I had fought it. I want to hear your opinions. If you have played through Wuchang, the game got a 5 out of 5 from me. No, a 5.5 out of 10 and not a 5 out of 5. Like it's hard to rate it right after I finish the game because I'm mostly thinking about stuff that happened at that time instead of things that happened throughout the entire thing. Thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And I'll eat you next time. Bye!